and in the world of cable, where local programs are making stars of neighbors and classmates. Marcus Jones has more.
For more information, please call Cease at 628-9034.
It's 5 o'clock, and Tri-City News is on the air.
All the weekend's action, and we've got some great highlights.
This is a small operation, no threat to the big budget news shows, but it's local news, as only cable can do it.
Okay, Gary.
You know, when I was going to college, I used to work as a busboy at the Prince Spaghetti House in Boston. It was a restaurant.
Our newscast is really the only look at local neighborhood news. Normal news covers the Boston area. It will cover our area if it's a disaster or something, you know, magnanimous. But normally, if you want to know what's going on in your local election or what the situation is with the dog catcher, you know, you can catch it on local news.
I'd like to say hello to two of my A-period students, Daniel Hayes and Stephen Gross.
Warner Cable's Tri-City News serves Lynn, Salem, and Swampscott. It's one of a growing number of programs offered this fall on local cable channels.
Monday night, on our channel, you could have chosen to watch the local football game that we put on, followed by live coverage that we gave of the political rally, the traditional political rally that occurs in Dorchester, and we covered the whole thing for an hour and a half live, followed by our local news.
The Neighborhood Network News.
This is the Neighborhood Network News. I'm Chris Lovett.
If you're hooked up, turned on, and tuned in, this is what you'll see on cable television these days.
Setzer with the basketball.
Sports.
This is Bernice Bean.
Talk. And entertainment programs that make you laugh as easily as any network production.
That's right, Blind Billy's Pizza, where our crack staff of pizzachologists systematically builds your pizza assembly line style using only the finest fresh-bought ingredients available on sale that week. We carefully bake your pizza in our spotless ovens, ensuring you the highest quality. Remember, when it's brown, it's cooking. When it's black, it's done.
In the case of the cable comedy show, we don't have phone calls, but we have hundreds of letters. I mean, it's a cable television program that brings in hundreds of letters. In the case of some other shows, we hardly ever hear.
David Green is the head man at Cablevision of Brookline. Local programming here has been rated among the best in the country, and it thrives primarily because of dedicated volunteers and with virtually no advertising.
In most cases, we don't have advertising, that's true. Not to say that we don't want it. Anybody that wants to, we have advertised in our shows, we have an ad sales department that'd be happy to sit down with them.
That's what we are looking at for next year, is generating revenue from programming out of this department.
Despite budget constraints, the promise of cable is being realized in the form of thoughtful programming that enlightens and informs.
And when we talk about the drug program and drug awareness, see, you have the right to make your own decisions. We said that, right? As long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. You have the right to say no.
My friends in the commercial side of television are very pleased that community television exists because they recognize the limitations of what commercial television can do. Commercial television, again, has to have large audiences, and it has to please large numbers of people. That doesn't leave room for little small programs that only please 200 or 300 people. But it's still important to have those programs that please a smaller number of people.
Donc, un groupe haïtien fait pour bénéfice communautaire avec collaboration Boston Community Access.
We have a program which is done by the Haitian community in Boston. Now, they're not, if you take the whole population of Boston, there are not very many people who speak Creole. But for the people who do speak Creole, there is no other television program for them.
With the newly elected selectman, Chris Crowley.
We've just watched her concession speech here on the monitor.
But television, no matter how many people view it, is still a medium of personalities. And on local cable, the budding stars are homegrown.
I not only anchor the news, I produce and host a weekly show about women in the area. I direct a monthly show with the local hospital. I could go on and on. You get to do whatever you want. You find projects, things happen in the community. You make contacts, you call them up. Everybody wants to be on TV. So you make a couple of phone calls and you want to do a show, and there you have it.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to my night off.
Who knows? These are faces that might one day wind up here, or here, or even here. Maybe. But for now, they all have other things to do. For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Marcus Jones.